All right, guys, we are live. What's up, guys? All right, everybody's coming in. All right, guys, we are right across the street. We are going to roll up on them, and there is vehicles in the driveway, so there is somebody home. We are hoping this is the right address. Hopefully this is a good catch. The only thing it could be is wrong address, which we have had happen before, so let's hope that's not the case, but if so, it's going to be a short life. If not, yeah, this ought to be good. All right, I'm going to swap over the camera. We're going to set up on the dash. We're going to pull on up. Orientation is locked. Rotate. Device back. Give me a second, y'all. Apparently this one, I have to have the phone in the other direction. All right, can everybody hear me okay? Everybody hear me all right?
Yeah.
Okay. You hold this so it doesn't move.
All right.
Just hold it. Nope. Yep, there you go.
I'll wait till you park.
Yeah, wait till I'm completely still.
Yep.
Then you can let go of it and put the other one up there.
Right.
So leave the lights on. Hey, how you doing, man? I'm looking for Mike.
Who?
Mike
Mike.
DeHart. Does that sound familiar?
Like who?
DEHART. Mike DeHart.
No, I don't know him.
That's not the address here?
No,
Or he doesn't live here? You're what? What's
we're
the
3805.
3805. Let me double check the address real quick, okay? Oh, 3799. Okay. Got the wrong address. Thank you. All right, I'll just leave that there.
Okay.
Bear with us, guys. Yeah, do that real quick. What is the address again?
3799.
37 what?
99.
Hi, I don't want to scare you. I'm looking for 3799. Is Mr. Is it DeHart? Does he live here?
That's our Mr. DeHart?
Yeah, or it's oh, let me get the package. I forgot the name.
Okay.
Lock the camera down. Just
Okay, yeah. That's the address. So in a second, we'll just drive around and Mike. Huh? That's your dad. Is he home?
He is.
He is? Okay, cool.
Do you need me to get him?
Yeah, if you don't mind, I got him signed for it.
Oh, okay.
Let me tell him to pull out of their yard. I'm gonna have him pull over here. Yes. How you doing, Mike?
Okay.
Good. Hey, I don't want to blow you up in front of her, but we just have to have a conversation about some online conversations you've been having online. I don't want to do it in front of your daughter or anything. I want to respect your privacy.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's about some conversations you've been having with Brenda online. All right, is that cool if we just kind of go down here? I don't want to do it in front of her. I know it's a touchy situation, and so we'll just go down here, but you can't hear us. Okay. All right. So, are you leaving?
I was.
Oh, I can have him pull up if you like.
That would be fine.
Yeah. I'd say have him pull up real quick. You want to just pull up and let her out?
Sure.
That's cool. That's way better. I don't want her to know about this, okay? I'm not here to get you in trouble, okay? So I'll kind of explain to you here. We're with a group called Youth Protectors, okay? And we just kind of monitor some of the online stuff that's been happening, okay? And like I said, I'll wait for her to leave. So, do you want to like sit down up here?
That's fine.
You're okay? Okay. All right. So, basically, how old did Brenda tell you she was? Do you remember?
15, 16, I don't know.
Okay. All right. You maybe a little younger than that, you think?
I'm not sure.
Okay. That's fair enough, So basically what we do, I know you're not a bad guy, okay? I don't think you're a bad guy at all. Some people need trouble. I don't think you're one of those, okay? That's why I'm here, okay? We're not the cops, okay? I'm not here to hurt you or anything like that or ask you for money. It's nothing like that.
Why is she videotaping?
That's my group for safety. Like I said, we're totally here to help you. We're not here to do anything wrong. I had an incident where I pulled up on somebody and did the conversation and everything, and they got violent with me and then tried to say I did something, and the group said, hey, from now on we got to protect ourselves. So that's just protection. It just shows that I'm not here to hurt you or do you wrong, and you're not going to do anything to me, and I don't strike me as that kind of person anyway, right? So is that fair? All right, cool. You don't have any weapons or anything on you? You didn't, like I said, I get to handpick the people I go talk to, okay? So I do kind of look into them and kind of gauge what kind of person they are, and that's why I decided to come talk to you rather than the alternative, okay? Fair enough. So, so with Brenda, who started the conversation? Do you remember?
I don't remember. It was on Instagram.
It was on Instagram?
Yeah. And then
Gotcha.
it was texting, but I left Instagram, Telegram,
Right.
all that.
Yeah.
I blocked Brenda.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Okay.
I quit doing all that stuff. I realized I was in the wrong.
Right. Okay, well, good. Hey, I appreciate that. You're right on, man. That's, like I said, that's why I came. I kind of had the feeling that somebody that you could change for the better, and that's what we like to do. You know what I mean? So, You remember? You don't remember if she reached out to you, if you reached out to her or not? I mean, I don't.
I don't remember who messaged who first, to be
Okay,
honest with you. It's
gotcha.
been a long time.
Yeah, I get it. Like I said, it's just like some internet bullshit. You know, it happens. You know, people get roped into stuff like this, and you know, one of the things we kind of do is we we try to learn a little bit about the Telegram, you know, and some of those apps as well,
Right.
because we're trying to lobby against some of these apps. Okay.
I don't feel comfortable with her video.
Well, here we can go over here a little bit if you want.
Okay,
Just like
I
step
don't-
over here.
I don't want her.
Yeah, you're fine. Like I said, no, I'm not here to hurt you. We can go up on the porch if you like.
Well, right here is fine.
Okay, all right. So, but anyway, like I said, we kind of like to learn about some of the apps, like the Telegram and stuff, because as you know, there's a lot of things going on those apps that we like to stop. You know, so we want to get some restrictions put on those apps. So, you know, we will talk a little bit about Brenda here. But like I said, I'm not here to get you in trouble or anything like that. So therefore, this isn't really as important to me. I do want to go over it with you. But we also want to kind of, so when we get on Telegram, we can't see some of the stuff that you guys can see. We kind of know what's going on.
I never spoke to her on Telegram, just Instagram and.
Right.
Facebook.
Right. Okay. Yeah, and that's fair. But I know you had Telegram. And I guess what I'm getting at is just if you can just kind of give me a general idea of some of the stuff that you've seen on there.
Well,
Is
to
that
be
cool?
honest with you, a lot of people on Instagram use Telegram to try to sell you videos.
Right. Okay. Yeah, and I've heard that. Yeah. And those videos are generally like at what age groups? You know,
Well,
as far as
from
the younger
adult to
ones.
teen, so.
Yeah. Like how? What's the youngest you've seen on there? Because
Uh,
we're trying to we're
not
kind of
really
logging
sure.
information about different ages that
Right.
people have seen, because like if we got people that have seen some pretty young stuff, you know, and then we take all that and we, you know, your identity is completely safe. You know, we don't tell the people where we got the information. We just get the information, and then we go with everything we have to lobby against. We're trying to get them to get more restrictions, you know,
Right.
on there, so that the little girls, little boys, can't be on there with some of the stuff. So like,
Right.
I know you've seen like you know, bad stuff happening on
Right.
there. Like, you know, what kind of stuff have you seen on like, some of the younger ones?
Well, I mean,
Like-
I've got sent like sample videos. Or
Sample
whatever,
videos?
wanting
Yeah.
me to buy.
Gotcha.
And I've never bought anything.
Well, yeah, no, and hey, I appreciate that.
And I
That's
ended
good.
up blocking
Right.
most of them. So
Okay, good. That's good. I'm glad you blocked them. I'm glad you didn't make any purchases. That's good. You know, like I said, that just validates my being here, that I picked the right, you know, person to come talk to, because we don't talk to everybody, honestly. You know, there's some people we don't talk to. We just take the information, we hand it over to somebody else. You know, but my job, and I love it because I'm able to help people. You know, so
what is your group?
we're child protectors. You know, it used to be youth protectors. They changed it like 6 months to child protectors. I don't know why, but same thing.
What is that?
This is so this is your messages between you and one of them, which is Brenda.
Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, like I said, I'm not here to embarrass you, okay? But you know, this is, of course, you. Here's this, where Brenda tells you her age. Not on that one, but right there where she says, "You don't mind that I'm 13, right?" And you know, you say, "No, not at all." Okay, yeah, like I said, since we're videotaping, I'm not really here to embarrass you, and honestly, that's not going anywhere. It's just for safety reasons only. Okay, you ain't got to worry about that. Like I said, if I was gonna, you know, come in here and screw your life up, I wouldn't be here. I would have just turned it into somebody
Right.
else. You know what I mean? So you know, you can appreciate that, right? Okay.
Well,
you know.
like I said, I have temptations like anybody,
Right.
but
Yeah.
I realized what I was doing was wrong.
Yeah. And that's awesome.
I quit doing all of it,
You did good.
and I asked God to forgive me.
Good. That's
and,
good.
And I'm not doing anything
That's-
like that ever again.
That's great, man. That's great. That's awesome. You know, tell you what, God can do amazing things.
Right.
You know, and that's awesome to hear. You know, that puts me at more ease. You know, knowing that, it's like, you know, I'm glad I made the right choice, you know. So that's awesome. That's really awesome. But, you know, like I said, how long ago did you stop doing this? Like, about how long ago?
A couple of weeks ago.
A couple of weeks
And
ago?
I hadn't spoken with Brenda in like a month, maybe.
Right.
Something.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. You know, that's good. I'll be honest
I'm
with
just
you.
curious.
Yeah.
How do you get access to this?
So, like I said, we're a group. We protect children that are being exposed to stuff like this, you know, and there's a lot of sexual talk on here,
Right.
you know, between you and her, and so we monitor that stuff. So we can do what's basically he's just repositioning to make sure he has us to where, you know, it's just his job. Don't worry about him, okay? Don't even worry about him. But he wants to make sure he can see us, so he's going to put the lights on us. But you don't have to turn around, okay?
Okay.
All right. Hold on, still. There's a bug on your shoulder. All right. Big one too. It's like that big. All right. But anyway, so what we do is we kind of, in a way, we kind of spy. We kind of get in there. We watch it. We see what's going on. We screenshot them. Okay. You know, our organization, or not really organization, we're a group. We find people that are bad, and we put them in jail. But you're not one of those, okay? We also have my side of things.
Right.
I had to really convince my group to start this section, and basically is where we can start finding people help that aren't bad enough to where we think they need to go to jail, okay? So, or any trouble at all, you know what I mean? So therefore, I pick ones that I feel like I could help, have a talk to, you know, and gauge their, you know, ability to admit that this is wrong, which you've already had, which is great, okay? And we go through all that steps, you know, we talk about some of the stuff here because it is difficult, you know, it's going to be difficult for you to hear some of the stuff that you've said, you know.
Oh,
But since
I
it's just,
realize.
yeah, but since it's just me and you and we're talking, it's a little bit easier, you know. And if you can be honest with me, I know a lot of the answers already to most of the questions, so it is kind of it's a way for me to gauge to see how honest you're going to be with me, because my group is going to basically say, if he was really honest, he's willing to take accountability, he knows what was wrong is wrong, then we can find him some help, okay? And when I say help, it's very minimal, okay? In fact, I've already suggested the most minimal one for you, okay? I haven't gave him the okay, but I've already told him, like, look, I think this one's gonna be the minimal, which is gonna be like a 15-minute phone call once a week. They're just gonna schedule it with you. A person's gonna call you, just talk to you is all. Kind of ask you how things are going, make sure you haven't been getting these desires and going back to it. Basically, we don't want you to relapse, okay?
Right.
So there is parts of this in this conversation. There are parts of this conversation where you and this Brenda girl was talking about trading some videos and pictures.
Yeah, she mentioned that first, and we never
Yeah.
did that.
Right, yeah, and I get that. And yeah, I did see where she had mentioned it. I wasn't sure if she mentioned it to you first or not,
Yeah,
but
she did.
I seen where she had asked you, but I also had seen where you had said you had some. Okay,
I don't. No longer.
huh?
No longer, and they were just enclosed.
Okay. So, you know, there was some talk about having some, you know, that were unclothed, some young girls and boys, and I believe one was even, I think you referred it to as a he/she. And she asked what the
I
he/she
never
was.
mentioned any boys.
Okay.
I
Well, it might take me a
mentioned-
little bit to find
I
it, but I
mentioned something about a she-male, but
she-male. That's what it was. A
But-
she-male. Yeah.
I don't.
Okay. And that's fair enough. I mean, like I said, I'm not here to pound on you. Okay. I want you to understand that I am literally here to help your brother. Okay.
All right.
You know, like you're lucky it's me. You got very lucky that I'm the one showing up because I am the least judgmental person that you'll ever meet. Okay. I'm not judging you for any of this. Okay.
Okay.
But I do want to get your honesty on things. So, okay.
I have been.
Because if I get your total honesty about stuff, then, you know, the group they kind of have the biggest say so, but if I suggest it to them, they'll be like, okay, let's get him some help. So the reason why I'm asking about the Telegram and about the articles that you had said in the chats that you have, like the videos and the pictures that you offered to send to Brenda.
No, we offered to trade.
To trade,
and
that's what it was.
She mentioned it first, and we
Right.
never did any of that.
Yeah, no, you're totally. I agree. Yeah, I know that you never did, and that's great. But there was talk that it was there, and so where I'm getting at is, for me to be able to help you, okay, my group is going to require that we make sure. And this is actually a big help for you, okay, because we're not the only group that does this. There's other groups out there that follow this kind of activity, but they don't handle it like we do. Okay, they handle it like our old way, which is just turning it in and that's it. You know what I mean? And like I said, I don't want that to happen to you. Okay, so if there's other groups that see your actions and see there, and they call somebody and come and get you in trouble, okay, if you have any of those in your phone, you'll be in a lot of trouble. For us to help you, we don't want any of that on your phone.
There's nothing on my phone at all. Currently.
Okay. Now here's where I'm going to educate you a little bit, and I actually had to get educated when I started working for this group, because I'm not a young man either. You know what I mean? I'm not from the technological age. Okay.
Right.
And so, but what I found out by working with this group and doing this job for a while now, is like Telegram. A lot of people don't know this, but Telegram automatically saves stuff onto your phone without you even saving it. It's no fault of your own, but you click on some of those things on Telegram and it automatically saves it on your phone. Okay. And so like I'm sure that while you had Telegram, there was times where you had to go in there and you'd find them in there on accident, that were there, and you had to delete them. Like that happened often when you had Telegram, right? Like maybe a few times a week.
More like WhatsApp.
WhatsApp. Okay. Well, that's another one.
Telegram, which I don't use. I haven't used that in a long time. Telegram doesn't save them to your.
Oh, it doesn't.
To your phone.
Okay. Okay. Well, some people it does. A lot of people it does.
It does not. It did not mine.
They didn't on yours. Okay, that's good.
And
that's good.
I have I've deleted everything. I've even scrubbed my deleted files.
Right.
And all that stuff. It's
Right.
all gone.
Okay. So, with these cell phones these days, okay, basically what it is there is like a open firewall on all cell phones now. Ever since when they started doing like online banking on phones, when they changed it to that, they had to basically kind of break down the security of all cell phones where there's a firewall. Okay. And that broke down firewall allows things in your phone, like for instance WhatsApp and Telegram, and they use that open firewall to put stuff on your phone. Okay. So like I know that you've had to delete stuff because we can see that. Okay. So I know that you're being truthful with me. I know that, and that's awesome. I know that you've had to delete that type of stuff off your phone because we can actually see that.
I deleted the text messages on Telegram. Well, first I blocked people.
Right.
Then I would delete their messages.
Yeah.
And then
and like the pictures and videos, you deleted them too.
Right. And I didn't have many of those. Like I said, maybe 4 or 5 pictures.
Right. Okay.
That's it.
And then, but see, like those sample clips that they send you, even when they send them to you, you click on them, they actually download into different parts of your phone that you don't know about. Okay. Another thing is, even when you click on them and say you open them up and say they're in your movie or your photo gallery, and when you delete them, they actually don't get deleted. They are still recoverable on your phone.
Well,
and so
let me tell you.
Yeah.
I used something eye shredder app to scrub my deleted files.
Yeah.
And
I'm familiar with that.
Military grade. So.
Right. Okay. Well, I'll be honest with you. You have an Android. Yeah. You know the Androids are the worst at security. Like they have the worst. Like they're very easy to get into. And I'm just going to be totally honest with you. We have been in your phone. Okay. I do know that it's minimal. The stuff that my group has seen on your phone, we know that it is minimal. And like I said, that's why I came out here. If it was in excess of over 100 on there, I wouldn't have come to talk to you. So I do know about some of the stuff that you've had on your phone. Like I said, I have the answers to most of my questions, and I just totally need you to be honest because that's the only way I can help you. So about how many pictures, say in the last, and I'm gonna say last 30 days, have you had to delete of child, activity of you know,
Oh,
the
well,
nudity and the actions. Like you don't
well,
have to
they
be
weren't,
exact.
like I said, they were in Telegram.
They're in the Telegram. Yeah,
They
yeah.
weren't on, per se, downloaded on my phone.
Right.
I did have 4 or 5 pictures,
Yeah.
but I deleted those, and that's been weeks and weeks ago. So
Right.
I
Okay.
haven't had hardly anything
Okay.
downloaded by me onto
Right.
my phone.
Right. Okay.
And,
Yeah.
you know, other than those 4 or 5 pictures, and that was
Okay.
it. The other was, like I said, was in Telegram. I may have viewed them in Telegram, but I did not put them on my phone.
Right. Okay. That's cool. That's cool. It makes it easier. All right. Yeah. It makes it easier. I don't have to worry about, you know, other steps that we'd have to take. So if you've done that, that's great. But can you help me out on what you've, I know they're not downloaded. I'm going to take your word on that, okay?
Mhm.
So I'm not going to take, another step that we do is we have a box sent out to you,
Mhm.
okay? And when you say military grade, this is way beyond that. It plugs into your phone, and what it does is it automatically runs an app, just like the one you're talking about that Scrub app.
Mhm.
But ours is top of the line. And what we would do is we would send it out to you. What is today? Today's Wednesday.
Mhm.
It probably wouldn't be out here till Monday. And what they would want you to do is plug it in, and it'll run an app, and it will go through and it will find anything that's in there, and it will literally get rid of it completely, like to where it's not even recoverable, because it does go into parts of your phone where people with these other groups, like I said, this is the way we're trying to protect you. Those other
What
groups,
kind of box?
it's about the size of a cigarette pack for the small
What's
one.
it called? I mean,
Huh?
what's it called?
Honestly, we just call it the black box. I don't know what it's called. It comes out of Albuquerque. It's a tech group that have designed them. They have the patent on them, and it is top of the line. And what it does, it goes in there and it doesn't change anything in your phone, and it recognizes all of the stuff that we're wanting to get rid of. And the reason why is because the group wants to make sure that you don't have any access to that stuff. Okay, after I leave here, they want to make sure that you don't have any access to it. Another thing I will tell you what it does is it gets rid of the Telegram app completely, even though you deleted it. It gets rid of it completely, but here's what else it does. It also makes it to where you can't even pull it up if you go back to the App Store. It won't even show up for you.
Okay, well,
That way you can't fall back into this. And then
Right,
that phone call that comes once a week is all it takes, and then, you know, we're good.
I closed out my Telegram account or whatever. I didn't just delete it. I closed my account, then I deleted it.
Right. Yeah. Like I said, with these phones, even though you deleted it, these other groups, they can still pull them up. Like technically we could pull them up. You know, I had told my team not to worry about it, you know, so they haven't done anything with it. But
What
they have the
gonna be done
ability.
with this stuff?
Nothing. Like I said, man, I don't think you're a bad guy. All right. I don't think you need trouble. So this here, you know, we might touch on a couple of things, you know, and so that I can, you know, we may not even, honestly, I may not even go through all this, to be honest with you. I may just not even worry about it. I'll be honest with you, I just want to know more about like Telegram, because those are the ones I really want to shut down.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
so
Yeah.
Instagram is the gateway
Okay.
to the Telegram.
Gotcha. Okay.
These will add you on Telegram, and then have a Telegram link, and you click on that, and then
Right.
they'll start offering you stuff.
Okay, gotcha. That makes sense. So they use it kind of like a stepping stone.
To
They use.
Telegram.
Gotcha. Did Brenda ever ask you to go over to Telegram?
No,
no.
she
I didn't.
doesn't use anything other than Instagram and
Okay.
texting. So.
Gotcha. Okay.
And like I said,
Right.
I didn't block her on Telegram. I mean on Instagram, but I closed out my account. Nobody can contact you, and after 30 days, your account goes away completely.
Right.
I did block her cell phone number as well.
Okay. Good.
That's
Okay.
been
Cool.
2 or 3 weeks ago.
Good. That's a
I
good
haven't
step in the right
spoke to her,
direction. That's what we like to
like
see.
I said, in over a month, maybe longer.
Yeah. Okay. Dude. Like I said, it's a good step. I appreciate that very much. I do. So what about WhatsApp? Like, what's the worst you've seen on there as far as age groups?
Oh, I
And just
haven't
be honest. Like I
used
said, I
I
just want
haven't
to.
used WhatsApp in forever. I mostly talk to women on WhatsApp,
Yeah.
older, like 30, 35, whatever.
Right.
But
Right.
most of the time, they would want you uh, to hook up
Yeah.
or to meet or uh, buy pictures or videos,
Yeah.
but an adult.
Right. Right. Right.
So
Yeah, and we've seen that, and like I said, I'm not blaming you for this stuff because honestly, Telegram, what we find most of the time is just like they send stuff without you wanting it,
right,
and I don't believe you're asking for it. Honestly, don't. I
right,
don't believe that that's what you're going for, but it does pop up, and so really, I'm just like, I'm basically using you as an outsider, kind of just as a witness to what you've seen on there, because then what I do is I take everything that people tell me that they've seen on there. I log it all in with the description of what they've seen, and then when we go, I think it's November 28th.
hmm
We go in front of the big court, and we present our, of what we've been told that has been happening on there, like what people have seen. I've had people say that they've seen babies, being done to them and
sure.
stuff like that. Yeah. So like, I know you've seen them. So I don't know like what is the age groups that the worst that you've seen on there,
Just
that
teen. I'm not really
teens
sure
like
what
13 and
14. Something.
13, 14,
Yeah.
and like just like what kind of stuff have you seen on there? Like what are
Well,
they doing in them?
sexual stuff,
All
but
sexual stuff.
yeah,
Yeah. See, that
and
sucks.
videos. Like I said,
Wow.
these
Wow.
people on Telegram will add you. You talk to them. They send you a link. Go there.
Right.
Then they send you these stuff and
Yeah.
want you to buy this and buy that. And
Exactly. Yeah.
like I
Yeah.
said, I've never bought anything.
Yeah, well, that's good. That's good. That's good. And it's really good that you didn't buy anything because a lot of times those are scammers. And
Right,
if you buy from them, sometimes they can hack into your financial stuff.
right,
So I'm
right,
glad you didn't make any purchases.
right.
I'll be honest with you, I kind of wish you had maybe at any point because if you had, I could actually take that information from
hmm
that person you bought it from because those are like the big fish that I'd really want to catch because those people are hurting children. And
Well,
that would just like really give you a lot of gratitude with our group,
I
if
tell you to look on Instagram
yeah.
for accounts that have Telegram links
Okay. Okay. On
on their
Instagram.
profile. Yeah,
Gotcha. And then those might lead us to them.
right.
Right. Okay. All right. How often do you see that on there? Like quite
Uh,
often? Or?
it's not like it used to be, but it's still bad enough.
It's still pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on Telegram, the young like the 12-year-olds and stuff, is there an adult in there with them doing the sexual
No,
acts?
mostly it was, to be
Just
honest with you, two girls.
usually the two of them doing
Yeah,
stuff to each other?
right.
Right. Okay. And like, have you ever seen him like in the toddler age on there,
No,
like by accident? Because I know like a
no,
lot of times those groups when they send them you don't know what's there, and you click
right,
on it by accident. And you're like, oh God, you don't want to see that, and you
right.
click off of it. Has that ever happened to you? Because I've had a
Uh,
lot of people say that they've
no, I don't think so.
no. Okay. Um, are you familiar with like the mega links on there? Have you seen them pop up?
That's what they would try to sell you, mega links.
Mega links. Okay.
Either a video package or a buy access to mega links, which I
Gotcha.
don't know what that is. Like I
Right.
said, I never
Right.
bought anything.
Yeah. Is that where you've seen some of the? Is that her again? Oh.
Yeah.
Is that where you've seen some of the young girls doing that stuff on
No, it
there?
was sent to me as like uh, samples
Oh, as
on
samples,
Telegram.
like short clip videos.
Yeah, trying to get you to buy.
Right. Okay. And then like, so how long are those short clip video samples?
Uh, Not very long.
No, like 30 seconds or less, or
30-second minutes.
yeah, huh?
30-second minute
Or
or
2
two.
minutes. Okay. All right. Cool. Um, how many of these young girls have you talked to other than Brenda? Because I know she's not the only one. Like, about how many do you think you've talked to?
Only a couple of actual
Yeah.
girls.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
the rest of them were like the Instagram whatever, and
Right.
who knows if whether it's a teenager or an adult trying to just sell you stuff.
Right. Gotcha. Okay. All right. Um, did Brenda ever ask to try to meet up or anything like that?
Yeah, we
She did?
discussed that.
Oh, you did? Okay. All right. Did she ever give you like an address or where she's
Yeah.
at or anything? No.
She just said
Okay.
that she had somebody that lived here in the area,
Right.
and that
Yeah, I
when
think
she
her
visited
grandma lives.
there,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So her parents actually reached out to us and
Mhm.
wanted us to kind of come in and see what was up. So they got a hold of our group, and they didn't want to get the cops involved. The parents didn't.
Mhm.
So that's why we came, and I went over everything, decided to come out and give you some help. Okay.
Mhm.
So, um, as far as your phone, like I said, I want to emphasize that even though you've deleted stuff off of there, there is a chance that it can still get pulled up. Okay. And like I said, there's other groups out there that can have access to it. And for instance, if they try to get you in trouble, they can also pull it up because they have devices that
Mhm.
they plug into them. Okay. And I don't want that to happen to you, because if that happens and you get in trouble, then I failed at my job. Okay.
Right.
Because my job and where I succeed is by getting you help and getting you on the right track and making sure that you don't go back to this.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you have a card? Do you have some kind of identification? Whatever.
I can get you one. I can get you one. Yeah.
Who you are and what you do.
Yeah, I can get you one. Absolutely. I'll give you our office number anyway, because what's going to happen is, if we send you the box, it'll come in the mail. Doesn't cost you nothing. Okay. However, I will tell you this: it does cost me. It comes out of my check if you don't send it back. Okay. And what this does is, when you plug it in, it's going to run a program, and it's going to find all that stuff that has either been in your phone at one time or you deleted, that is still there that you don't know about, like any of the pictures you were telling me about, okay, or the videos that you've seen. Even if you don't save them, when you click on them with Telegram, I know you say you don't think it saves it. It does. You don't realize it. But if you've clicked on any of those type videos, it's on your phone and it is retrievable. Those apps that they have on this app store, those scrubbing apps, most of them are scams. Okay, they don't really do it all, and so they are retrievable. And we don't want another group seeing your activity here
Right.
on there and sending somebody out, and then you get in trouble because you think it's gone, but it's still there. Okay, so that's why we're actually offering you a big time favor here by offering to send that out. But here's the thing: this is the only thing I really hate about my job, is that if it comes and you don't send it back, they take it out of my check. So you got to promise me that you're going to send it back to them, because
Yeah.
it is an expensive device. Okay.
All right.
And so I want to say it's a year that you're on your phone, that it stays. So if you can try to think back, basically about a year, if any of those has exceeded,
Sorry, I don't
you're
try to-
okay. You're
Dad,
fine.
You can park her car the right way whenever you are done talking. I
Alright.
cannot say good.
All right.
Okay.
Right, I can't hit that fan.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
She's sweet. I like your accent. I like her accent. But anyway, so like within a year, and the reason why I'm saying this is because the small box, it will handle like 30 or less. Okay. If it's say it's 50 to 60 or 70, I think it'll even go up to 70 without overheating. I just kind of need to know which box to send you, because if it's like, say it's 30 or less, the small box is all you need. If it within a year's time, if you've had more than that on your phone at any time that you've had to delete, I'm talking about the pictures or the videos, even the sample videos, the little one will overheat if there's more than 30 in a year's time. So I'll need to make sure that I get you the big box, but I don't want to send you the big box if you don't need it. So like, do you think I
Well-
should send you the little box or the big box? And
I you know, as far as me downloading, it's been 5. I've been
Right.
sent, I don't know how many on Telegram,
yeah,
but here's the thing. I would do this for a while as far as getting on Instagram, Telegram.
Yeah.
I'd quit it. I'd start it back. I'd quit it. Now,
Yeah.
this last time I said I quit it for good.
Right.
I never, in that time, except for one other girl, I never talked to an actual person, one other person other than Brenda. The rest
Okay.
of them was either, who knows.
Yeah, I got you. Okay, that's cool. That's fair enough. And we run into that a lot, where people like yourself, and is it fair to say that there is like an addiction,
No.
you know, because that's kind of the the behavior of an addiction where, like you said, you get on it for a while, and like I said, I'm not judging you, but you get on it for a while, and then you get rid of it, you delete it, and then you go back to it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, like I said, this last time is the last time.
It is the last time. Okay, that's cool. And like I said, that's why we're here, because so when you have an addiction and the stuff is still available to you, still reachable, it's sometimes it's really hard not to go back to it. Okay, fair enough. So like when somebody has an addiction, and say it's a drug addiction, and they have a lot of friends that still do it, if they go and hang out with them or they're around them, a lot of times they'll go back to it. Okay. So what my goal is to make to where you won't go back to it and you won't have access to it. You understand? So if you have access to it, we're worried about you relapsing and going back into it. So that's why we do the black box thing, because it will literally get rid of everything, and you won't be able to retrieve it. We can't even retrieve it. It's gone, and it's gone for good. Okay. So what I'm gonna explain is when you get the app, whenever you get the box and it runs the app, it's gonna give you a spot where you can click on photos or anything that you don't want it to delete. Okay. For instance, if you have grandkids or nieces and nephews that are fully clothed, they're fully clothed and stuff. Sometimes just because of the age, it uses like an AI technology. It recognizes the age. Okay, so sometimes, like for instance, if you have a grandkid or a niece that's in a bathing suit, sometimes it will delete that. And if you don't want that deleted, you just click on it, and that will make sure it doesn't get deleted. Because if you don't click on it, and it's gone forever. Okay, we had a guy, he had a niece that had passed away at an early age, and they had some pictures of her when she was like 2 years old, birthday party and stuff. The only pictures they had. He didn't click on them because he didn't think they were bad, which they weren't. But the box still erased them, and they were so upset wanting us to retrieve them, but we couldn't. They were gone. There's nothing we can do. So that's what it's going to do, okay? And it's there to protect you, okay? It's going to make sure that these other groups can't get in there and pull any of your stuff out. So do I need to like send you the small box or the big box? Like which one do you think I should send? As far as the total for the year, if you viewed,
Well,
now it's
I'm
not just
really
saved.
sure how long I've had this phone. I had another phone and it crapped out, and
Right.
I got this one, so the
Okay.
other one won't even turn on.
They won't even turn on.
No.
Okay.
So I really don't know for sure. Like I said,
Okay.
I did get quite a few stuff sent to me in Telegram,
Yeah.
but I didn't. Like I said,
You didn't save it.
I didn't save any of it.
Right. That's cool. But if you've seen it, unfortunately, it will be in there for them to retrieve. I'm just being honest, unfortunately, okay? And that's what we want to resolve that for you.
Okay.
We're literally this is me protecting you.
Well,
and,
just
and
send
it's
the big
me
box to be on the safe side.
the big box to be on the safe side. Okay. All right, that's fair enough. Okay, I appreciate that, because if I'd have sent you the little box and it overheated, I'd get charged for it. Even if you send it back, once it overheats, it's like I'm screwed.
Right.
So if it's going to be if it's over 50, you'll definitely need the big box. I'll make sure you get the big box. So, all right, fair enough. Okay. Sorry, dude, my ass itches. Okay, thank you, man. I appreciate that. We went through Branson, Missouri. I stopped the Steak and Shake, and I've been painting toilets all day. Oh man, it tore me up. I will never eat there ever again. It's that what is that sesame seed oil that they use to fry their food in. I guess it just tore me up. But Okay, so as far as Brenda goes, you're not gonna speak to her no more, right? You're just
No,
you
no.
you've
Like I
blocked
said,
her and
I've blocked her cell phone number. I've
good.
left Instagram for good. My account, you can't after so many days. Your account after you uh, close your account after so many days, it's gone after 30 days. I think.
Right.
So
Okay. Okay. Good deal. Because the parents asked that I please make sure that you don't have any more contact with her, and I told
right.
them I would definitely get you to agree to that. I didn't think you were gonna have any problem with that
No,
after this
no. I
conversation.
done.
So
Like I
that's
said,
good.
uh, I quit all that stuff about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and uh, when I did, I closed my Instagram account. I blocked her number, but I hadn't even spoken to her in about a month or something
Yeah.
before that. So
Okay. Like there's some spots here where you said you wanted to kiss her.
right,
I said you said okay. You want touching your breast and your ass. Those are
right,
okay.
yeah, I said,
All right. So let me ask you this: like, can you have you? And I'm sorry, this is an uncomfortable question. I have to
right,
ask
go
it
ahead.
though. Like, has there ever been anything done to you as a child or throughout your life that would justify, like you having this attraction to the younger kids? Like that?
No,
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 nothing's ever been done to you.
and like I said, I realized it was wrong. I
Yeah.
quit it, and I won't be doing that anymore.
Okay.
So
Good.
nothing was done to me.
Good. I mean, I believe you. I do. And like I said, this box when it comes in, it's just gonna protect you.
Okay.
Okay. Because I don't have any control of what other groups might see you doing online. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And honestly, there there's been times where I went and talked to somebody, and honestly, it was kind of funny because like this guy, I went and I got him some help, just like you. I got him some help. The box came, and the day after that, he actually had sent it in the mail back, and the day after that, another group like us, but with worse intentions, showed up, and they were trying to get him in trouble. And you know what? They didn't get him in trouble because he didn't have nothing on there. You know what I mean? And
Right.
so it was great. And that guy, he's been good. There's no signs of him doing any of this stuff online because we do pay attention. I
Mm-hmm.
will be honest with you. There will be people that be kind of checking you out, going on there, making sure you're still not relapsing.
Can I ask you how you found me? I mean, my address and all that.
So, okay, yeah, I'll be honest with you. Your phone
Mm-hmm.
has an IP address,
Mm-hmm.
just like any
Right.
house number. A house has an address.
Mm-hmm.
So do the phones. So it's very easy. Yeah.
Okay.
We were able to look it up and see that there was activity here at this address with that phone. So, and then of course we looked you up, and there's other methods that we use. We're
Right.
pretty skilled. Okay.
Okay.
So like that's why I say when I ask you these questions, I already know.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not a trickery thing. It's more me wanting to see if you're going to be honest, because the group's not going to accept me getting you help if you're not honest. And
Mm-hmm.
so far, you've been totally forthcoming with me,
Right.
and I appreciate that, because that shows me that I've done my job right,
Mm-hmm.
and I picked the right person to come talk to. You're not some guy in an ice cream truck driving around parks looking for
Right.
kids. Okay,
Right.
you know what I mean? All right,
Right.
fair enough.
Fair
Right.
enough.
All right, cool. So yeah, I mean, I'm happy with what we went over. Um, like I said, about how long maybe, about how long ago did you start getting these attractions? Like, I want to kind of see how much the psyche is,
Uh,
how far
I,
back it goes.
uh, 6, 8 months, maybe. I'm not sure.
Okay. So basically, just in the past year that you've been
Right.
getting these, like,
Right.
like these attractions, and
Right.
okay, all right. But you've never acted on
No.
anything, right?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
Do you remember if you sent Brenda any pictures?
I sent her a picture of me clothes, but
Yeah, oh yeah, like that one there.
right.
That's
That
cool.
was
You
it.
you look like a radio DJ
I
there.
am an internet radio DJ.
No shit. I pegged that one, didn't I?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. All right, that's cool. What radio?
Uh, it's a internet radio station, Morningwood Radio.
Morningwood Radio. Really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Interesting name. Okay, that's cool. Heck yeah, you got a bunch of followers.
It's just it's a fairly newer station. We haven't really built up a lot of listeners and
Yeah.
followers and all that.
That is cool, man. That is very cool. Heck yeah. Do you guys play music on there, or
I
what do you
play
guys do?
music and talk. I
Oh, you
got
do?
4 different shows. I rotate a
No
different
kidding.
show every week.
No.
So.
Tell you what, I'm gonna put these away. All right.
Okay.
I don't see any reason to embarrass you or bring it up anymore. I know it's uncomfortable. I'm pretty satisfied with, and I want to hear more about this radio thing. That's cool as shit. You play instruments or what?
No,
Oh,
I just
okay.
play. I have a broadcasting software that I use to play MP3s. I
Oh,
have
okay.
like 80 or 90,000 tunes on my computer.
Oh, wow.
And I have 4 different themed shows.
Yeah.
So.
Cool, cool. So you guys like just come up with like different topics to talk about and
Well, no, just music and talking between songs, basically.
yeah. Cool,
Like,
cool.
Like the next show I'll be doing is be blues rock and southern rock. So.
Nice, nice. Heck yeah. I like that kind of stuff. I like all kinds of music, but blues has always had a special part in my heart,
Right.
Special place in my heart. I play guitar. I've been playing guitar since I was 6. So, yeah, I'm into the music. That's awesome. So, like, can you make money doing that?
No, internet radio is just voluntary.
Okay.
Unless it's like a really big station, they might pay or whatever.
Right.
I'm actually disabled due to fibromyalgia and PTSD. So.
Oh, okay. If you don't mind me asking, what's the PTSD? Do you mind if I smoke?
No, go ahead.
All right. What's
It's,
up with the PTSD thing?
Post-traumatic stress disorder. I saw my
Yeah.
father murdered at age 7.
Your father?
Yeah. And
Oh, wow.
I was the main witness at trial.
Wow, that's tough, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Well, I mean, sometimes something like that can kind of trigger things to make you
Right.
turn into this pedophilia type stuff. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I've never, except for the past year or so, I've never.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so yeah, you're right. So probably not from that. It's just maybe just loneliness, maybe.
Probably so.
Yeah.
Been divorced since 2014 and single most of that time. So.
Right. This town isn't really a very big town either, is it? Not a lot.
Well, London's a pretty good sized town.
Oh, is it?
Bernstein's not, but you go about 5 minutes that way.
Right.
Town, and it's a pretty good sized town.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. So I don't know. Do you drink?
I drink beer occasionally.
Yeah. Maybe go to the bar and stuff and kind of,
Right.
you know what I mean? Try to find somebody your age.
Right. Well, my sister goes to one in Mount Vernon sometimes, and
Yeah.
aiming to go with her sometime. And I just haven't went yet.
Right. Yeah.
So,
That would be a good step,
have you got say you got a card or something?
Yeah, I think I might. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I got any, okay? Do I have any of the office cards in there? The center console?
Yeah, let me check. Is there a light in here?
Should be right there in that cup holder.
Right here?
Yeah. No?
No?
That's all right. I'll just give them the number.
Okay.
That's no big deal. Well, I don't have any in there. But I'll give you the number. You got your phone? I'll go ahead and give you the number. You just put it in your phone number, and that way you're going to probably want to call and check in with me anyway. I'll just give it to you, and you can save it in your phone. Okay. So we have a call center that the group that is the main number, and it's actually a California number, but When you put it in there, I'll give you the my extension too. And when you call it, it'll just give you a prompt. You know,
Okay.
you won't get nobody this time of night, but they're only open Monday through Friday from 9:30 in the morning until 4:30 in
What
the
you
afternoon.
call 'em?
It's Youth Protectors, and you can just save my extension with it, so that way you don't lose it, and that'll put you directly over to me.
Okay.
All right, you ready for my extension?
Well, what's the number first?
Well, you're gonna want to add the extension on there so that way you can get to it, because it won't dial it. So you want to like put my extension up, put it next to Youth Protectors, so that way you
Okay,
know,
what's
you know
your
what I mean.
Extension?
398. Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right, and the phone number is, you ready?
All right.
Okay, it's 707 446 1323. Okay. Yeah. And then just hit save on that, and that way you got it.
And that's the office?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll put that as main.
And you can put my name in there if you want, Brian Garden.
Okay, hold on.
Maybe save it in the notes or something.
Brian.
Yeah, garden, just like a garden, like a tomato garden.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah. And so if I call you, it's gonna be from a 707 number as well. So just know that if you get a phone call.
What area code is that?
Huh?
What area code is 707?
It's California. It's
Oh.
northern. It's where we have a call center. So
Okay.
all of our calls goes through the call center. Yeah,
Right.
that's all. But you like sports betting, I see?
Yeah.
You ever do any good on that one? On that
my
app? Let me see if you don't mind. You
My
ever
son
make any
does
money?
good.
What you got?
I'm winning. Looks like a big $1.50 out of.
On MLB?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Awesome.
Hold on.
I've been wanting to get on there. I haven't yet, but
Well,
I'm worried I'm gonna lose too much money.
I do some bets and I do some. See, there's Hunter Green. He got hurt. He was
Yep.
doing good. He got hurt, and I have some that didn't do much. But
Is it just MLB you play on or you bet on, or?
NFL sometimes make a few on college, but
Yeah.
mostly as far as lineups go,
Right.
fantasy sports,
Yeah.
mostly baseball,
Yeah.
and pro football.
Awesome. Yeah, my son does really well on there. He's like honestly, he's very gifted, you know.
Right.
Yeah, like with stats and stuff. I can name any player, and he can pretty much give me his stats.
I've got a young grandson, and my ex has been staying here to help take care of the baby, and I went
Right.
in there, she was in the refrigerator and said, "What's going on? What's happening?" I said, "I can't discuss it."
Right. Yeah.
And then she said, "Well, what is it? I can't discuss it."
Oh, just now you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, don't worry. Like I said, man, that's why I brought you out here, so you don't have to
Right.
deal with that. You could tell him whatever you want. Okay.
I ain't telling shit.
Yeah. Make up something. I don't care. Like I said, I'm not here for that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Okay. So I mean, you can respect that, right?
Right.
I mean, it's a huge
I
favor.
appreciate it.
Good. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you being honest with me. You know, I think it's good that we're taking the step to send you the bigger box. You know, that will go. Oh, can I see what port you have? Because they're only gonna send me one cord. I gotta tell them what kind of cord it is. I forgot that last time, and I can't tell. Is it a C port?
Seaport.
Yeah, Seaport. Okay, good. Okay, I'll make sure. So I accidentally, a guy had, I didn't ask him, and he had an iPhone, and I sent a Seaport, and he couldn't use it. Yeah, so he had to resend it back, and well, he had to resend it back, and then they held that money from my account, from my paycheck. I mean, you know, before I was able to collect on. So I was a week behind on part of my paycheck, because like, well, until it comes back, we're putting a hold on your check. I'm like, God dang, that's the only thing I hate about this. You know, it's like I'm here helping people, and then my group holds my money if the box don't come back,
Right.
and it's tough. So, yeah. But hey, is there any places to play pool close by here?
Hmm.
Because I'm not from this area, and
Well, it's already 10 o'clock.
me and my buddy was hoping to find a decent pool table to play at tonight.
Okay, let me see here.
We got another guy to go talk to, a similar situation to yours, and we got to go talk to him tomorrow. So we're gonna kind of stick around the area. So we thought, well, we'll go find a place to play some pool, and
Let's see. I see.
I guess you don't play pool,
I play it, but I
Yeah.
haven't played it in a long time.
right?
Um,
That one looks like it's got some
like-
tables. Yeah, that one looks like it's got quite a few tables.
Yeah, but that's in Corbin.
Oh, okay. How far does it say? That's only 12 miles. That's not bad.
Um,
Okay. I might check that place out. That might be reasonable, not too
see
far
what
away.
times it closed.
Oh, yeah. That would be the kicker.
Don't really say on that one. Someone said. Yeah, that would be probably about your only bet if it's still open.
Right. It doesn't say the hours, though, does it?
No.
No, that's weird. Usually Google will tell you. Give me 1 second. I'm going to blow my nose, and then I'm going to get a couple more pieces of information from you to send this box to you, and we'll be out of your hair.
You gonna do what?
Shoot. Ouch.
It just says open now. It don't say
Okay.
K&D Billiards.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I'll look them up. Okay. All right. So, just want to go over a couple things real quick as far as what's going to happen. Once you get the box, like I said, it's going to have instructions on there. Okay. It's going to tell you exactly what. It's very simple. I do want you to promise me that whenever it pops up with the apps, because it's going to give you a list of apps, I want you to click on any one of them that you've ever had. WhatsApp that you've used for, the child pornography stuff, okay? So any of those that you've seen that stuff on, I want you to click on them. What that's going to do is, just like with the pictures and videos that you've had on your phone, it's going to delete them as well, those apps. And it's going to make it to where you can't ever get the apps again.
Okay.
That is just a requirement that my group is requiring to do, okay? So when you see it, it'll say Telegram, WhatsApp. Have you ever had Blue Sky?
Never heard of it.
Never heard of that? Okay. That's another one. There's quite a few of them, and that's why we're doing this. We want to try to make it to where people like you that are, I would say, is kind of weak, and falling into this stuff, like you said, you're falling into it, and then you erase them and you get off of it, but then you go back. You know what I mean? If there's a way for you to go back, you're probably going to generally always go back. Even though I believe you right now that you're like, hey, never again. Sometimes it's hard, you know what I mean? And sometimes you get weak and you go back to it. I don't want that to happen.
Well, let me tell you this, okay? What really, I was feeling guilty, not,
Yeah,
believe me, but also,
I believe you.
when I was on Telegram, somebody came onto my Telegram using one of my family members' old phone numbers
Really?
and using their name. And once that happened,
Yeah.
I quit everything.
Gotcha. Okay. Wow, that's kind of creepy, huh?
Yeah, definitely.
Wow.
I looked it up. I Googled it. It said that there was people that had the same thing happen to them with family members' old numbers and stuff. And some of them had success and getting Telegram to remove those, and some didn't. So.
Right. Okay. That's good to know. You might have dodged a bullet on that one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so, but like I said, we want you to definitely, obviously, hit Telegram because it's probably, you would say Telegram's probably the one you've seen the most child
Right.
stuff on there. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so definitely click on that one. WhatsApp, if you've ever seen that, I think you said you've seen them on there too, right? So
No,
you
I
haven't.
don't.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, let me put it this way. WhatsApp does have that stuff, so I am going to ask you to please click on that.
All right.
Okay, is that
fine.
cool? Is that fair?
I don't.
Okay.
I haven't used that in a long
Basically,
time
the
anyway.
ones that we know of that is being used for this type of stuff you've been involved in, we want you to delete all of them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to come up with all the ones that we know. They're all manually listed in there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to click on all of them for me, if you don't mind. I'm not concerned about Facebook or Messenger. A lot of people use that stuff for communicating with family and friends.
That's the only what I use.
Okay, good. So I'm not going to deprive you of having that ability.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fair?
That's right.
So those you can keep, but all the other ones I want you to click on them.
Okay.
Okay. Now when it's done running its thing, like I said, it'll say confirm that it's all done, and you're going to hit confirm, and when you do that, it's going to delete all of it, and it will never be retrievable ever again by anybody. Okay. So once you do that, it's going to give you a code. It's a 5-digit code. You're going to write that on the outside of the box. Excuse me. The box that the black box comes in, it's going to have another box that's folded up. It is already labeled for shipping. It's all paid for. You put that box in there and you write that code on the little line, the confirmation code on there. That way, when it gets to the office, they're going to be able to run that code, and that's going to tell them where it came from. It's going to have me listed on there so that they know they retrieve the box and they don't hold the money out of my check.
Okay.
Fair enough. The last time I did this, I make about $800 a week, after taxes. My check, because one guy didn't send it in, he just didn't care, I guess. And I mean, we had a good conversation like you and I, real likable guy. I felt confident. 2 weeks later, my check is $260. And I'm sorry, but I live paycheck to paycheck. You know what I mean? Okay. So it was an expensive box and it was a hard hit. He never would send it back. I actually had to drive all the way back out there and confront him and ask him to please give it to me in order for me to get the rest of my money. I don't want to have to do that.
I won't. I'll send it.
Okay, cool. You promise?
Yeah. I promise.
Awesome. Okay, good. I believe you. That's cool. I appreciate that. So when that happens, like I said, you're going to put that on there. You're going to rebox it. You're going to send it in. And then from that point, once it's sent in, they're going to call. It might be generally 3 or 4 days after they receive it. So it might be like a week after you send it. When they receive it, they'll call you. Somebody's going to call you from a 707 number. And it's just going to be somebody that's going to want to talk to you, ask you how you're doing, You got to be honest with them. Be like, they're going to ask you questions like, have you had any of these desires to get back on? Be honest. If you've had them, it's okay. They're not judging you any more than I'm judging you.
All right.
Okay. So when that happens, you're just going to talk to them. It's going to be a 15-minute phone call once a week for as long as they feel like necessary. Sometimes it doesn't last long. And like I said, as long as you delete everything, then everything will be cool. You know. All right, and I expect that you're gonna stay on this good path.
Right.
Okay. Just know that there's gonna be people kind of watching you online. They're gonna make sure they're gonna do searches for you, to make sure you're not on a different phone, different app. They've recorded the location here, so if you get on, say, somebody else's phone and try to get on there and use it, they're gonna know.
Right.
Okay. So I'm being cool with telling you that kind of information because I genuinely don't want to see you get in trouble.
Right.
I genuinely don't want nothing like that.
Right.
So as long as you abide by that stuff, you'll be safe.
All right.
Okay. So, how many young kids do you guys have in the house that you're, around? I mean,
Okay.
family members, I'm sure.
I've got a 6-year-old grandson who has autism.
He has
I have
autism. Okay.
a grandson who's like 4 months old.
Okay.
I have a grandson that's 10 and one that's 14.
Okay, okay. And there's
They're
never
all males.
they're all males, okay. And there's never been anything
No,
anything weird
none.
with them that you've done
None
or
at all.
none at all. Okay.
No.
All right. So the group is also with situations like this. They're real sketchy about you being around kids.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now there's nothing that we can do to say, hey, you can't be around them. You know, they don't have that power. You know, we're not them type people.
Right.
But is there generally like another adult around when you're home, like, or are you ever left
Okay,
alone with them?
I live with my daughter and her husband.
Okay.
Plus, my ex-wife is staying here right now as well.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. Well, that's good. That's good. I think I can work with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think that I could tell the group that, and they'll be okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Otherwise, they might want to have a more of a personal contact situation where they come and check. You know.
My daughter owns this mobile home, but they're looking to move out,
Oh, they are. Okay.
and then it would just be me.
Oh, okay. Oh, cool. They're gonna hand it over to you and.
Well, I'll pay rent. I'll probably try to rent it to own it.
Gotcha.
Type of
Gotcha.
thing, so.
Cool. That's a good opportunity. It's nice to be able to own something, right?
Right.
Yeah. Awesome. Especially these days. It's almost impossible to try and make a living and keep a roof over your head these days with the taxes and the price of everything so high. So now that's another question is and it's not really that important, but like what is your average income? Like is there any kind of like financial help that you may need?
Well,
Or
I
anything?
get disability around $1,800.
Okay.
A month.
Okay, well that's good. That's good. Okay, cool. All right, good. That's good. They're not going to require any kind of payment or anything from you,
Okay.
so that's good. If your income was pretty high, then they might, but I think you're below,
Yeah, I
where.
just barely get by. So.
Yeah, that's okay. Okay. Yeah. Well, then I'll make sure I put that in there that hey, so and they gauge off of that. So, what? How about a vehicle? Do you have transportation?
Well, this is my ex's vehicle, and my son-in-law just bought a vehicle.
Oh, okay, good.
He's gone
Okay.
to work.
That's good. I'll put in there that you have transportation. The reason why is because not very often, but sometimes they may want you to. They'll find somebody in your area to have you go have like an evaluation. Also because you told me about the PTSD, the phone call, that's one thing they can only do so much. So
Right.
they might want you to have a personal visit, and it's very comfortable. It's just with a professional and stuff. And like I said, with your income, you wouldn't have to worry about anything as far as
Right.
financial and so that might be a possibility. Trying to make sure I don't miss anything. So I want you to be well informed of how everything's going to work, so that way you don't slip up. You know what I mean?
Right.
But when they do call you, they will they'll inform you about a lot of the stuff, and if they need to make an appointment, or they may even have you make an appointment in your local area. If they do, like I said,
right.
that's not always the case. So what happened to the deck? It looks like it's coming down in the front.
Oh,
Did you guys build that?
that's just the way.
I'll show you.
My sister-in-law this used to be her trailer. When she passed away, my daughter bought it.
Gotcha.
From
Gotcha.
her dad, from
Yeah.
my sister-in-law's dad.
Right.
So it's always been like that. It was like it may have sunk down on the front end or something.
Yeah. I was just going to suggest, like I used to do some construction and stuff, and the way that they got the beams up there, and you see how that top post is kind of nailed to the side.
Right.
It's better if that post is resting on top of the post, because right now they're just relying on only the nails.
Right.
Might be something you guys might want to think about, is putting one on there, lifting it up, and setting it back down on there. It'd be a lot more sturdy. So, okay. Is there any good places to eat around here that I can hit on my way out?
I mean, there's like fast food restaurants. A lot of the other places are probably already closed by now. I mean,
Oh,
there's
okay.
like McDonald's, Burger
Yeah, we were.
King,
My buddy, he don't want fast food. He was like, man, we gotta eat somewhere, and he don't want to eat fast food. So I didn't know if there's any places like any
well,
pubs that
not
would be
at
open.
this time. I mean, you
Right.
know, most of them be closing pretty soon.
Right. Okay. Gotcha. Well, we're getting ready to get out of here. I'm just honestly, I'm just waiting on a phone call from my group, and so I can confirm with them, let them know they're gonna call me here shortly. That's all I'm waiting on.
Okay.
You know, so I'm just kind of hanging out. When I went and asked him for the card, he said that they're gonna call me soon, and all it is, I'm just gonna have you say hi, I'm so and so, and you know, that's
Okay,
it.
let me run in and get a pop
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you're fine.
and my vape.
Absolutely. It won't, like I said, it won't be much longer. I'm just waiting for him to call me. I hope they fucking hurry up because I'm actually having a hard time stalling on this one.
I called them a half hour ago. They said they were sending somebody.
Okay. Oh, you're a vape kind of guy, huh?
Well, I used to use snuff, and it ruined my teeth.
Yeah.
And I switched to this and nicotine pouches.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I need to quit. I got a lot of people pushing me to quit. I want to quit. I've been trying. I've gotten down. Well, and I'm lying. I went back up to over a pack a day now, but for a little while there, I was down to like 12 cigarettes a day, which is pretty good. But we do a lot of traveling, so a lot of driving, and as you know, it's hard to quit when you're driving a lot.
Or I know the company's whatever based in California. Where are you based?
Oh, that's just where the call center is.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm actually from Louisville, Kentucky.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah.
Times.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't been there for very long. I've lived there for about 6 months. Yeah, we just bought a house there. But yeah.
I hate
Yeah.
driving.
I from before that I lived up in Aurora, Illinois, up by Chicago.
Oh.
Yeah, that's where I was raised. Was in Aurora. Yeah, but
I've lived most of my in Jackson County, which is a neighboring county. Here.
Oh, okay.
That's where
Yeah.
I grew up at.
Right. Right.
I moved here about 2 or 3 years ago, something like that.
Is this coal mine country area, Kentucky, or no? It's not really in the
Not
coal mine
here,
scene
not this
here.
area.
Gotcha.
That's more around Hazard, Harlan.
Gotcha. Yeah. Right on. Yeah, my brother used to work in the coal mines, and I know he worked in Kentucky at one point. I haven't seen him in many, many years. So.
I worked with a guy at one point in time. He had worked in a coal mine.
I can't hear you. I'm sorry. I'm gonna come closer if you don't mind. My ears are pretty bad.
At one time, I worked with a guy. He had worked at a coal mine somewhere, and then after I got disabled, this guy that I worked with also, he ended up working in a coal mine.
Yeah. 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 Well, like I said, I know he made really good money, but he worked a lot. I mean, he worked all the time. So. Yeah.
Yeah, dangerous work.
Yeah, it can be. It can be, yeah. He never, I don't think he ever had any incidences, He liked it, though. He always seemed to like it. I think he liked the money. But.
Yeah, I worked as a QC tech in a automotive paint factory, and I started getting sick, and then was diagnosed with fibromyalgia, and I had to quit. It took me a couple of years to get my disability.
Right. Yeah, it can be a fight to try to get your disability, huh? I've heard that it's going to be pretty difficult. My phone vibrated a couple times, so I was thinking it was him. Oh wait, yeah, he did text me. Oh, he said, "I'm sorry, I'm on a phone call. I'll call you here soon." I just gave him a thumbs up, and I'm gonna go ahead and let him know that everything's cool, so he knows. Yeah, he's been great. He's been very cooperative. And I'm just sitting here waiting for you to call me so that I can get out of his hair. So, go ahead and get the box ready to send out for him. He said he wants the big box. So send out the big box to the address I gave you in his name. And how long are you going to give him to get the box back to you guys coming from this part of Kentucky? I use the I use the talk to text. It's a lot easier. Do you ever use that on your phone?
No, I
Oh,
don't ever use
I
that
love
one.
it. My this phone here, it's an old phone, but like my other phone I used to have, and this is actually older than it. It picks up my voice and everything, and it does well to where I don't have to change any of the words. It doesn't misspell and all that stuff like a lot of them do. So, the hell are they here for?
Huh?
What are they here for? Did they call? Did they think we were doing something to you out there? I didn't call
Oh,
them.
wow.
I didn't call them. I bet somebody in your house called them. So we're just having a conversation here, and you've agreed that you're going to no longer talk to the 12-year-old girls sexually on the line, right? You've agreed not to do that no more?
Right.
Okay, cool. Like I said, appreciate that. And the child porn and stuff that you've had on your phone that you've deleted, we're going to get rid of all that for you, right? You've agreed to
Right.
get rid of all that on your phone?
Right.
Okay, all right. He's been very cooperative. I have the chat logs here for you if you want to go over them. But he's agreed that the child porn he has on his phone and he's had on there, he's deleted them and he's going to delete what he has left. But yeah,
Sir.
yeah, absolutely. Come on over here. Hi, I'm Aaron. I'm the head of Predator Poachers Illinois. Okay, so what we do is we have decoys. These people like this, they reach out to the decoys that are posing us.
This is my place. I live here. I have children who lives here. I kind of like to know at this point what's going on.
Okay. I'm just now figuring everything out as well.
I don't know what's
I,
going
I
on.
will I will inform you if you want.
Figure something out. I'll speak with you. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you.
He's safe though. So he's been speaking to a person that was posing as a I think a 12-year-old, maybe a 13-year-old. I think it's 13. But he's been highly sexual with them on the phone, on the chats. Um, when we do this, when they reach out and they become sexual pretty quick, it's pretty obvious that they've been doing it. They're used to it. So there's a good chance that he's been talking to many of them on there. He
So how did you guys come into contact with him? How did you set up the
Okay, so we have a
boy and all that?
yeah, so we have decoys that all they do is simply make an account on Instagram with their age, and these guys come in and say hi, how are you? Start a conversation. As you'll see in the chats, my decoy will immediately say, I'm 13. How about you? And then if they continue to be sexual, my decoys don't instigate any of it. These guys, the pedophilia type people, they will instigate it and they will say it. He got very sexual with them. He also
Is that all in the chat?
Yes,
thing that
sir.
You're talking
Yeah,
about?
and also I have it all in digital file for you as well. You guys give me an email, I'll send it to you, so you'll have all the digital copies. This is just printout copies for me to be a reference when I'm talking to them. But I just get them comfortable. I tell them that I'm just here to help him. It relaxes
When did you
them.
get here?
We've been here for I'd say probably about 45 minutes.
Okay. And you're
Okay.
from Indiana, is that what you said?
Illinois.
Illinois.
Yeah, we travel all over. Our group collectively, we are a chapter under Predator Poachers. We're Predator Poachers Illinois. And collectively, our group has arrests in 48 states across the country and convictions in 43 states. Okay. So everything we do is top notch. Okay. We're
'Cause
here.
that's us. We're just trying to figure out.
Yeah, I get
all
it.
The pieces and coming
I get
together
it.
and all
Yeah.
that stuff.
So we have all the chat logs to show what he's been up to. Like I said, I provide you guys with the digital copies as well. But he has admitted to me that he has seen, sexual stuff with young girls in the age of 13,
Okay,
12.
But have you all seen? And
I
I'm just
pro-
trying to get an idea. Have you all seen any kind of child pornography or anything like that? With
So
him?
I have not looked at his
Just him
phone.
stating that he's seen.
Him stating that he has seen it. Okay, I've got him as mittens on camera. And like I said, there's enough there that you could seize his phone and be able to find it on his phone. Okay, I can play back the video once we're done here. I can play it back for you, and I can also have some sent to you. I'm going to send you the whole video anyway,
Yeah.
so that you guys have everything. But basically, generally what happens in these situations, and pretty much every one that we do, we provide you with what we provide you with, all the evidence, and then you guys seize the phone, and then if you have to get warrants, sometimes
we
they'll.
can handle all that.
Yeah.
My thing is I'm just trying to line up how everything happened
Yeah.
to this point.
Yeah.
And so more than likely what we're going to do, we'll talk for a minute. We're going to try to get speak with a detective with what we got.
Right.
And see where we can go from there.
Absolutely, absolutely.
But everything that you guys have as far as quote unquote evidence would be just text messages, correct?
The chat logs, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah. And then also the video of him admitting to what he's had on there.
So,
and in the chat logs, you'll see where he actually is willing to trade pornographic of children to the 13-year-old that he's talking to in there as well. So he admits it in the chat logs as well.
Okay. Like I said, I was just trying to get an idea on how
You're fine.
everything played
Yeah,
out.
absolutely. Yeah.
I'm gonna speak to my supervisor here, and
Yeah.
then we'll go with the next step.
Sounds good. I appreciate you guys coming. If you're cool with holding them both, just keep.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Okay.
All right.
I'll take it.
Hey, listen, this is my place.
I understand.
And I know there's business here that involves my dad, but I own this trailer.
I understand.
You can take your cameras and get them out of here.
Well, actually, this right here is an easement. It's public here.
I
I'm
have
allowed to be
children
here.
here
I'm not
who
on
are
your property,
minors.
so he'll tell you the same. I'm on a public easement here.
Sorry,
Thank you. We don't face it towards her.
Hey, sir.
Yeah.
Sir.
We're on a public area. Right here we're okay.
Listen, step over here. Like I say.
Oh,
Step over here.
Okay.
Okay.
Right now, guys, we're waiting for the officers to decide what they're gonna do. I believe they might be waiting on their head investigator, but we'll see. Well, guys, while I got this opportunity, we are live streaming on YouTube right now, which is pretty awesome. But generally, we do not live stream on YouTube. So we would really like for you guys to jump over to Locals, become supporters. It's only $3 a month. It's Predator Poachers Illinois .locals.com, and that's how we get this done. Okay, so check it out. It's all uncensored videos, all our live streams. This is how we do it. So you guys give us support and jump on our Locals and become a supporter. $3 a month. You guys get to see a lot of catches. There's several catches that aren't on YouTube yet, but if you're on Locals, you would have got to see them already. So right now we're just hoping that these officers do their job and make the arrest. So fingers crossed. Yes, Short Bus, this is live. You know this. Quit trolling, Short Bus. Come on now. MMD does size matter. Come on now. How much is a box? They're expensive, man. They keep taking it out of my check. Paid actors. Nope. Come on, short bus. What the heck, dude? Come on now. You keep trolling like that, short bus, I'm going to make sure you don't go with me on that catch we talked about. You ain't going to get to do that ride along. Oh, I didn't notice that. Short bus, somebody make short bus a mod. Surely not. I'll be damned they did. You'll be good. Okay, you be good. Yeah, guys, we got several catches that are being edited right now. Some really good ones. So they're gonna be popping up on the YouTube channel soon. Yeah, man. You guys just jump over to locals, ppillinois.locals.com. Get on there, subscribe. That's how we get to do this, you know. That's how we get the funds to get out here and travel. We could use you guys' support. And we are just picking up steam. I mean, we are rolling forward pretty good right now. So it's been a great start to something great here. And it involves all you guys. You guys getting on there, supporting us on locals. And if you get in now, guys, it's only $3 a month. You're locked in at $3 a month. Eventually, it's going to probably go up, especially if we get a bunch of them, you know. It might go up a little bit, but you get locked in at the cheap $3 a month. Poachersillinoi.locals.com. I'm still feeling pretty good about this one. I mean, he's a little bit more coy than some of them. He's a little bit more careful, but this is what we do. We get these guys off the streets. That's our goal. I wanted to ask him if he ever dressed up like Santa Claus. I didn't get to that point though. I think reality's starting to hit this old man. Somebody said yell over and tell him the black box has been canceled. I think he's figured that out by now. This box. It is not frozen, guys. We are still alive. He just ain't moving. I think he's I think he's in shock right now. He's realization has just hit him. He is frozen. But yeah, the feed is not frozen, guys. It is live. Hey, thank you, Cats, for the $5. Appreciate you. And I tell you what, guys, if there's some of you that I missed, I apologize. I haven't been watching the live feed the whole time, so I'll try to holler you out. Thank you. But I appreciate you, Cats. You guys are probably hearing me sniffle a lot. I got sick from the last catch again. These guys just keep getting me sick. I gotta shake their hands too often. We got a big old bottle of hand sanitizer now, though. And a big thing of vitamin C that I've been taking every day. Oh yeah, he's vaping a lot more. He's nervous. Since I got a minute, tell you more about the box. Oh, the box is bullshit, guys. We all know that. But you know what? The box. Little box trick. Hey, thank you, Adam, for the $2. So yeah, about the box idea. Hey, you guys heard him. I told him the little box is 50 or less. I said the big box goes up higher, up to 100 or more. He requested the big box, so we know what that means. He's going to have more than what he tried to admit to.
You did say that you had a digital copy.
Yes, sir. All of it is saved on a Google Drive,
Okay.
and my undercover will also do what's called a screen recording as well. So you'll have all the screenshots, but then he'll also do the screen recording so you can see every bit of it in order.
So,
But you'll notice the very first page when he first reaches out to them, he says, "I'm 13."
yeah.
So
Do you have in the digital copies? It's not a flash drive. It's just like you can send it to an email.
I'll be emailing it to you.
I'm gonna give you an email. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, I am mic'd up, so why don't we just write it down so that people can't hear it? Is that cool?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Like I said, we've done this a while, so we know. All right. Go ahead and just write it on there anywhere. I got a Sharpie. I got a Sharpie if you want.
Oh, you're all right.
Okay. And we can do.
If you can read, it's on this little paper.
Oh yeah, let's make sure I can read it.
There's
Hold it down here.
there's a period right there.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's gonna be.
Is that okay? Is that an A?
Yes.
L A. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
It's just it's our department.
Yeah. Okay, gotcha. Okay. All right. Also, we could do this one of two ways as far as the video, which will have all the admittance from him. We can either come to the station with you, and I can let you guys use my SD card that the video's all on, which will have the whole interview and all the confessions on the interview of him, which we can come to the station, give that to you right away, or I can also email that to you. But I have another one to do tomorrow, so it won't be until late tomorrow night before I can get that out. So if you want it sooner, I can follow you to the station. You guys can use the SD card and download it.
He'll probably need an email because he'll have to have it on that other computer. That we won't have the computer that.
Gotcha. Yeah, I got you. That's no problem. I'll email that to you as well, in a Google Drive.
Just
also.
email everything you have to us.
And just so you know, I do this thing where I tell them, like, hey, we're going to send you a box that's going to delete all the porn on your phone, all the child stuff on your phone. And I told them, like, we can send the little box or the big box. So the little box is 50 or less. The big box does higher than that, up to 100 or more. And he requested me to send him the big box. So he's got more than probably more than 50, probably quite a bit. And that's the charge you guys are going to want to get at as far as what he's got on his phone. You know, and in the chat logs, I don't know if you're able to read them all, but he talks about trading in those chat logs, about trading those type of articles of children. So that's why we're here.
Basically, I just need some information from you all.
Absolutely.
So I can pass it along.
Yeah. I'm mic'd up, so let me
sorry,
just.
what was it?
I'm mic'd up.
Okay,
I got my
you're
mic,
good.
so I'm gonna write it down for you, so that way
Oh, that's totally fine.
it's not on audio.
Yeah, just information, a phone number we can reach you all at.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, I'll give you all my information here. Okay. And I'll put it as predator poach. Sorry. Good.
And just make
got
sure
the
you
email.
read my handwriting on there.
Yeah, he did. He looked at it.
Yeah,
You're good.
because,
Oh, trust me, I've had way worse. So, are we just waiting
send
on?
that, and we're going to follow up with everything, and our detective's going to.
Okay.
And we'll take one step at a time. We'll go from there.
All right. You guys gonna take him in now for questioning, or
So
you're waiting on?
part of the detective's process.
Okay.
He's wanting to see everything that he
Alright.
has, and then we'll go from there.
If you don't mind, we hang out until it's all done. If you're cool with that.
We're heading out now.
Oh, you guys are heading
I've
out.
already talked to the detective.
Yeah, we spoke with him. We're
Oh.
getting things set up there.
Okay.
We've got all his information.
Did you guys seize his phone? Did you seize his phone? Because if he gets rid of it, then
There's ways that they can go back.
if you have his phone though, we've had them where they've destroyed their phone,
Right.
and then
They
you
can
can't
still-
get it. You
They
can't
can
get
do,
it.
they can do more than you think.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I promise.
And
Alright.
whatever they find, they can further.
Right. Okay.
Where it overs in his house.
All right. Can you write down a case number for me?
We don't have the case number.
Oh, you don't have it
That'd
yet.
be,
Okay.
The detective that you can communicate with.
He'll send it to me. Okay.
Yeah. If you
Alright.
request it, he can send it to you.
Okay. Okay. Cool. All right.
But if you need like dispatch CAD numbers, you can do open request.
Right.
And
Okay.
get those numbers.
Okay. Cool.
Just
All
from
right.
this call.
Okay. All right.
Alright.
Cool. Well, I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Did you guys want to take these? You can have those if you like.
Do you need it?
No. Nope.
I was going to say, I'm sure you got copies.
Yeah.
but-
Yeah. It's all
Yeah,
digitally
I'll put
saved.
it all with the information. on
That way you got something right offhand to show.
Yeah, you
Whatever.
can look at it as soon as you get to it.
Absolutely. And then I'll get that emailed out to you here within an hour or so.
Okay.
Out to that email you got me.
I really appreciate you.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Not a
We just want
problem.
to make sure that we get an arrest here because
Yeah.
he's up to some bad stuff, and that we got to stop that. We're here for the children.
he'll jump right on it. I got
Yeah.
faith.
All right, cool. Good deal. I
We've
appreciate
got all
you.
the information we need there
Good.
for him to get started. So,
Okay, awesome. I appreciate you guys.
not a problem.
Thank you.
You all be safe.
Yep, absolutely. Okay. All right, guys. I'm going to cut the feed. That's all we're going to get for now.